Greetings and welcome to 5 Minutes of Wellbeing with Vasilis on Mental Wellness TV. Today we will talk about digital well-being, balance between technology and life. Reclaim time for you amid digital chaos. We are truly glad you are with us today for this vital conversation. We live in a world shaped by screens, apps, constant connectivity, and endless notifications. Our phones, computers, and devices have become extensions of ourselves. We work, we read, we socialize, we create through them. And while this digital revolution brings incredible opportunities, it also brings challenges. We find ourselves distracted, overwhelmed, anxious, and exhausted. We scroll without intention, reach for our phone reflexively, compare our lives to curated feeds, and lose hours without even realizing. These are signs that digital imbalance is affecting our mental health, emotional resilience, and overall sense of well-being. Studies reveal stark numbers. According to a 2024 survey by Common Sense Media, the average adult spends over 5 hours a day on screens, excluding work. Nearly 70% of users admit they feel more anxious or stressed after prolonged social media use. Another study in the Journal of Social and Clinical Psychology showed that limiting social media to 30 minutes per day led to significant decreases in loneliness and depression. These data points confirm what many of us feel: our digital habits have a direct impact on our mental landscape. It's time to ask ourselves, how can we regain balance, find calm, and make technology a tool rather than a trap? First, we can begin by identifying our patterns. A simple strategy is to track our screen time for a few days and notice when we feel distracted, overwhelmed, or exhausted. We can ask ourselves, do we pick up our phones out of boredom, stress, or habit? Are we using devices for fulfillment, or for avoidance? Awareness is the first step toward change. Once we know our tendencies, we can set gentle boundaries. We can choose to silence notifications during meals, deep work time, evenings, or sleep hours. We can create phone-free zones, dinner table, bed, bathroom, and reclaim moments to rest, connect, and breathe. We can schedule collective tech-free time with loved ones or for ourselves, perhaps a 10-minute walk without the phone, a morning stretch before scrolling, or an unplugged hour before sleep. These seemingly small disruptions can instantly shift our nervous system away from constant alertness and toward presence. Another powerful strategy is implementing intention before content. Instead of opening apps randomly, we can start with, why are we opening it? Is it to connect? To learn? To rest? To pass time? Articulating our purpose sharpens our focus and prevents mindless browsing. Plus, we can also curate our digital environment. We can unfollow accounts that stir anxiety, envy, or negativity, and follow voices that uplift, educate, and inspire. We can organize apps into meaningful clusters: work time, learning, creativity, connection, and batch our use accordingly. This is not about perfection, it's about designing a digital space that serves our values and our well-being. In parallel, we can foster tech-aligned self-care rituals. We can replace compulsive scrolling with scrolling-free moments, journaling for 5 minutes with pen and paper, making tea, stepping outside, or playing a song that lifts our spirits. We can practice breathwork after powering down devices. We can create simple mindfulness rituals: 3 deep breaths before replying to a message, pausing and noticing what we feel before sharing online, or staying offline during emotional stress. These rituals ground us in our body, restore our nervous system, and help maintain clarity in the digital world. Technology itself can be an ally in our digital wellness. We can use focus apps that limit time on distracting platforms, implement screen time schedules, or apply grayscale filters in the evening to reduce stimulation. We can set reminders to stand up, stretch, and rest our eyes. We can install meditation apps. We can choose audiobooks over screen time during commutes. With mindful setup, technology becomes a helper, not a hijacker. Scientific findings strongly support these actions. A 2022 study in Nature Human Behavior found that scheduled phone breaks resulted in measurable reductions in stress hormones and increased attention performance. Brain imaging research shows that digital detox, even for just one weekend, leads to improved emotional regulation and better sleep quality. Multiple neuroscience studies indicate that intentional disconnection enhances creativity, empathy, focus, and psychological resilience. Bottom line, digital well-being is not just trendy, it is scientifically grounded and essential. Let us also recognize the emotional costs of multitasking and non-stop stimulus. Rapid app switching fractures our attention, increases fatigue, and reduces our capacity to access flow. It triggers fight or flight reactions in stress-prone individuals. Reclaiming focus time feels countercultural, but it rebuilds our sensitivity to presence. When we unplug, we remember how to think deeply, to feel fully, to connect meaningfully. We can also implement digital Sabbath routines, one day a week or even half day when we unplug completely. We can reclaim the silence, the space, and the creative potential within. We might start small, turn off devices after dinner or during a weekend morning, and experience how much richer time becomes. We might notice the clarity in our minds, the warmth in our relationships, the depth of our thoughts. Parenting in the digital age requires mindful modeling. When we unplug in front of children, they learn that presence matters more than screen engagement. When we practice digital boundaries, they learn self-regulation. When we create shared tech-free family rituals, we build connection and emotional safety. Digital well-being is not only our own journey, it is a gift we pass on to younger generations. Digital wellness also touches on empathy, boundaries, and authenticity. With time offline, we cultivate real-world presence, we listen better, build genuine connection, and foster emotional intimacy. We become aware of how we feel before we post, we pause before reacting. We define our personal values without algorithmic influence. We build confidence that comes from introspection, not likes. And we free ourselves from approval-seeking reflexes. In closing, let us remind ourselves that our digital world should enhance our humanity, not replace it. We can reclaim space for silence, for reflection, for deep work, for real connection. We can set the standard that rest is not indulgence, but necessity. We can cultivate a digital life infused with presence, purpose, and peace. Here we conclude today's presentation. We hope these reflections inspire you to step back from the screen, to create thoughtful digital boundaries, and to rediscover time for yourself within the digital noise. We warmly invite you to send us the topics on your mind, questions, experiences, concerns, so that we can weave them into future episodes. Your voice shapes this space, and your needs guide our journey together. If you'd like to take it a step deeper, we encourage you to visit our website and explore our dedicated collections. There you will find resources like guided digital detox plans, meditation audios, research summaries, journaling prompts, and community support, all crafted to support your journey toward balanced technology usage and authentic well-being. If you'd like to take it a step deeper, feel free to explore our dedicated collections. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing presence over impulse, rest over rush, authenticity over algorithm. Until next time, may your screen serve you, not rule you, and may you always find time for your heart, your mind, and your life beyond the digital chaos.